Hi guys, welcome to another quick crochet tutorial, stitch tutorial with me, Laura, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to crochet this stitch, which is a kind of an invention. I'm using that term very loosely because I'm sure someone in the history of time has probably put these stitches together to make this stitch, but I've named this stitch the Teardrop Stitch because it looks like little teardrops in between these little gaps here, and it's named after someone special. If you want to know more, go check out my Instagram to find out more. But yeah, so let's begin. Let's show you how to do the teardrop stitch. Okay, so I've just got a DK, a light worsted weight yarn here with a 3.5mm crochet hook, and I'm going to work to a unit of 4. Okay, so this pattern works to units of 4. So I'm going to do a swatch of about 20. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So I've chained 4, then I'm going to chain another 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Do another 4, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and another 4, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Okay, so I've worked my unit of 4, but because this is the initial chains, we then, once we've got our unit of 4, we need to just do an extra 1 on top. Okay, so that's 21 in total. So unit of 4 plus 1, and then we're going to do really simple 1 single crochet in our second chain from our hook. So we don't count the loop on our hook. There's our first chain, there's our second. Put our hook in there, do 1 single crochet. So this pattern's in US terminology, in UK terminology, that's a double crochet. We're going to do 1 single crochet in each chain to the end. So do a single crochet in the next chain, single crochet in the next chain, and so on and so forth, just doing 1 single crochet in each chain to the end until you've got a stitch count of 20. You've got that unit of 4. Okay, so I'm going to do 1 single crochet in each chain to the end, back to the beginning. Okay, so nearly back at the beginning, just doing 1 single crochet in each chain to the end, the very last one, and then you should have, I can't get that last one. Why can't I get that last one? There we go. Very last chain. My camera was in the way. Okay, so 1 single crochet in each chain across, and now I've got a stitch count of 20. Okay, so we're back to our unit of 4, and this is where the main pattern starts to come in. And what you want to do first of all is chain 4. Okay, this is going to count as a treble, or in UK terminology a double treble. So we're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I'm going to chain 4, and once we've got our chain 4, we're going to double crochet 2 bits together. Okay, so they're different bits we're going to crochet together, but we're not even going to completely double crochet them together, so it's just going to be very confusing. But what we're going to do is we're going to yarn over, we're going to put our hook into our first chain. Okay, bring the yarn through the first chain, so we've got 3 loops, and if we were doing a double crochet 2 together, we would yarn over and pull through 2, but we're going to stop there. We're going to turn our work, going to skip the first stitch because that's where our chains are, then going into this next stitch down here, I'm going to put our hook into there, bring the yarn through, and we're going to yarn over and pull through 2 loops again, and we're going to stop because we've got 2 loops left on our hook, and we've got this sort of crazy stitch going on here. Then what we're going to do is we're going to yarn over, we're going to skip a stitch and go into the next stitch, go into the next stitch and bring the yarn through, and you end up with 4 loops. And now we're going to do a treble, or a double treble in UK terminology, using these stitches we kept here. So to do that, we just yarn over and pull through 2 until we get to the end. So we yarn over, pull through 2, 3 loops, yarn over, pull through 2, 2 loops, yarn over, pull for the last 2 loops. Okay, and that's our finished stitch. Then what we want to do is chain 1 just to get our stitch count back up. Okay, and then we're going to start our fresh new clump of stitches, but we don't chain because we're at the top, so instead we're going to do a treble straight away. So we yarn over twice, once, twice, and put our hook into the next stitch and do a proper treble crochet, or in UK terminology a double treble. So we yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, so it's a proper treble. But then we want to do what we did before, but instead of working into that first chain, we're going to work into the bottom area of this treble. So we're going to yarn over to start doing our sort of double crochet togethering, yarn over, and going to put our hook into, so there's our treble, and you should see like a little sort of 2 lines here, 2 little bits of yarn. We're going to stick it through the middle of that, like there. You can either catch a bit underneath if you want to as well, like that, as if it's a kind of a stitch, and bring the yarn through the bottom of your treble, yarn over, pull through 2, and then we stop there. We don't yarn over or anything, we go straight into the next stitch, bring the yarn through, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, then we need to yarn over. This time we're going to skip a stitch, go into the next stitch, bring the yarn through, and we've got the 4 loops. This is where we do our treble using those 2 loops from the beginning of our stitches. So we yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and that finishes our little crocheting together. And then to get our stitch count back up, we do a little chain 1, and then we just repeat that to the end. So again, we yarn over twice to do a treble at the beginning, so we only do chains at the very beginning to get the height. So yarn over twice, go into the next stitch, bring the yarn through, and do a proper treble. So we pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. Okay, now we need to yarn over and start doing our sort of double crocheting together. So we yarn over, and we're going to go into the bottom of the treble, find those 2 lines, go into there, catch it like it's a stitch, bring the yarn through, yarn over, pull through 2, but then stop. We don't yarn over, so don't yarn over at this point. We go straight into the next stitch, bring the yarn through, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, and we got those 2 loops. Then we need to yarn over, so we yarn over now, but we skip 1, go into the next stitch, bring the yarn through. Then we've got those 4 loops to do our treble. So we yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. Okay, and that's the same thing again. So I'll show you again. We yarn over twice, and we're going to do a treble, or a double treble in UK terminology. So go into the next stitch, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. Then we yarn over to start doing a double crocheting together, go into the bottom of the stitch as neatly as you can. It's not a proper stitch, but just go into it as neatly as you can, however you want to. Bring the yarn through, then we yarn over, pull through 2. We stop, don't yarn over, go into the next stitch, bring the yarn through, yarn over, pull through 2, stop. This time we do yarn over, we skip 1, go into the next stitch, bring the yarn through. We've got the 4 loops to do our treble. So pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2, and do a chain 1 to get your stitch count back up. You should have 4 stitches remaining at the end. Do 1 more set. So do your treble to begin with. Pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. Then we start doing our double crocheting together. So we go into the bottom of the treble, bring the yarn through, we yarn over, pull through 2, but we stop, don't yarn over, going straight into the next stitch, bring the yarn through, yarn over, pull through 2. This time we do yarn over, we skip 1 and go into the last stitch, very last stitch on the end, and then we have enough loops to do a treble. So we pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. Now normally once we're at the very end, normally we would do a chain 1, but that kind of hangs awkwardly on the end, so it kind of floats out by itself, so we don't want to do that. So instead of a chain 1 at the very end, we're just going to do another treble in the same stitch. Okay, so go back into the same stitch, bring the yarn through and just do another treble. Pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2, and that's in replace of your chain 1. And your stitch count, it should be slightly less than 20. So here we've got a stitch count of 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. I think it's 14. But it doesn't really matter, because all you need to do is make sure you do the next row correctly, and that will get your stitch count back up. So what we're going to do, we're going to do a chain 1 and turn. Don't count the chain 1 as a stitch, that's just for turning. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do a single crochet, 1 single crochet in that first stitch. Okay, but what I like to do is actually do it underneath. So rather than in the stitch, we're going to go underneath. There's a reason for that, I'll show you later on. So instead of going into the stitch, we're going to go underneath at the beginning and do a single crochet, or a double crochet in UK terminology. Then in the next stitch, which looks more like a gap, this one here, we're going to do 2 single crochet, 1 and back in there again, 2. Okay, so it's in that little teardrop stitch. You've got your big teardrop and you've got your little teardrop, so they're like little raindrops, they are. So in your little one, your little gap, we're going to do 2 single crochet. Okay, then in the next stitch, quite a big stitch, we're going to do 1 single crochet, and then we've got that chain 1, which is quite awkward to go into. So in that chain 1 space, the big space, I'm going to put our hook into the space and wrap it around the chain instead and do 1 single crochet. And that's why I did that here at the very beginning, even though we had a proper stitch instead of a chain, because it just keeps the pattern the same on this big hole. Then we go back to doing, this is our little gap here, so we're going to do 2 single crochet in there, 1 and 2, and we're repeating the pattern now. So 2 single crochet in your little hole, and then we want to do 1 single crochet in the next stitch, and then we'll back up to our big gap, our chain 1 space. So we do 1 single crochet in the big gap, then we're back to our small space, we do 2 single crochet, 1 and 2, then we do 1 single crochet in that next stitch, then we should have a chain 1. So in the chain 1 space underneath, we're going to wrap it around the chain and do 1 single crochet, then we do 2 single crochet in the next small gap, 1 single crochet in the next stitch, then we've got our chain 1 space, we do 1 single crochet in there, and we're almost at the end. We then got our little gap, 2 single crochet in the next stitch, and we should finish up at the very end with these chains here. So we're going to do 1 single crochet. You can either do it in the top of the chain or the gap underneath, whatever's easiest. I'm going to do it in the top of my chains. You can do 1 single crochet. Okay, and that is the end of your single crocheting row, your second row. And then we go back to our main pattern. So again, we just at the very beginning we chain 4. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. Then we yarn over, and instead of working into the bottom of a treble, we're working into that first chain. So yarn over and go into there, bring the yarn through, yarn over, pull through 2, and turn your work, and then skip the first stitch because that's where your chains are, and go straight into, so don't yarn over, go straight into the second stitch. Bring the yarn through, yarn over, pull through 2, and stop, yarn over this time, skip 1, go into the next stitch. Got your 4 loops, and now we can do our treble. So we pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. Then we need to remember to do that chain 1, which I think I forgot on that first row and had to go back and do it. But this time, instead of chains, we're going to do a treble. So we're going to yarn over twice, go straight into the next stitch, bring the yarn through, 4 loops, do a treble, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2, or a double treble in UK terminology. And this time, instead of working into the first chain, we're going to work into the bottom of the treble, just like we did before. So yarn over, go into the bottom of the treble, bring the yarn through, yarn over, pull through 2, stop. Nope, we don't yarn over. It's very easy to think you need to yarn over, but don't yarn over. Go straight into the next stitch. Yarn over, pull through 2, stop, then we yarn over, skip 1, go into the next stitch. Got your 4 loops, do a treble. Pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2, and remember that chain 1. Do a treble, proper treble in the next stitch. So pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2, yarn over, go into the bottom of the treble, bring the yarn through, yarn over, pull through 2, stop, straight into the next stitch, bring the yarn through, yarn over, pull through 2, then we yarn over, skip 1, go into the next stitch, 4 loops, do a treble, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2, and then remember that chain 1. So hopefully you've got the hang of the pattern now. We go straight into a proper treble, yarn over, go into the bottom of the treble. I tend to try and catch it like a stitch. Pull through 2, stop, straight into the next stitch, pull through 2, stop, then yarn over, skip 1 into the next stitch, 4 loops. Pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2 to do a treble, chain 1, then a treble with the last 4 remaining, do a proper treble, yarn over into the bottom of the treble, pull through 2, stop, straight into the next stitch, then pull through 2, stop, yarn over this time, skip 1 into the very last stitch, and do a treble using your remaining loops. And then instead of the chain 1, we're going to do another treble in the same stitch when you're at the end. Okay, so that is the end of that row. Then we need to do our single crochet row, so we chain 1 and turn. The first stitch is a proper stitch, but I'm going to go in underneath just to keep consistency and do a single crochet, and then we start our pattern. So in the next little gap we do 2 single crochet, so 1 and 2, then next stitch 1 single crochet, and then you should have a chain 1 space. If you don't see this little stitch here, you've missed your chain 1. So do in the chain 1 space we do 1 single crochet, then back to 2 single crochet, 1 and another 1 in the same stitch. So you've got 2 in there, 1 single crochet in the next stitch, then 1 single crochet in the big space, wrapping it around that chain, 2 single crochet in the next stitch, 1 single crochet in the next stitch, 1 single crochet in the 1 chain space, 2 single crochet, 1 single crochet in the next stitch, 1 single crochet in the 1 chain space, and then when you get to the end you should have a little gap, so you do your 2 single crochet, 1 and 2, and we finish on just the 1 single crochet in the top of those chains, or just in the gap underneath the chains, wherever's easiest, just stick a single crochet, and that should get your stitch count back to 20. And you can check that: 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. So don't worry about your stitch count on the confusing pattern part, just make sure to follow the single crochet pattern of doing 1 single crochet at the beginning, then it goes 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1. At the very end it goes 2, then just 1. So effectively the 2, 1, 1, that last one is at the beginning. And you should have a stitch count of matching your units of 4. Okay, so there we go, and then just repeat that going back into your chain 4 for your next part of your pattern row, and then you'll have this lovely little sort of raindrop pattern, teardrop pattern that you can see here, these little loops. And there we go. If you just repeat this pattern continuously, you end up with a piece of fabric like this. And I hope you enjoyed that tutorial. Hope you managed to follow along. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and tag me with your creations at HappyBerry Crochet, and I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.